What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be sharing 5 tips on creating a successful Skillz game. So for those of you who follow me, you will know that I monetize my games exclusively with the Skillz platform. And if you don't know what Skillz is, it's a mobile eSports platform where players can come and play against each other for real money prizes. And the way you monetize would be when someone enters into a cash tournament, they pay an entry fee, and yourself and Skillz will both get a portion of that entry fee. So the first tip I have for you guys is, hence the name Skillz, your game needs to be 100% skill based. Okay, if your game has any elements of luck or chance, this would be deemed as gambling, and as such, it would be subject to a whole list of other restrictions that I know very little about. So make sure your game is 100% skill based, and this is also non-negotiable from their side. They won't enable any cash tournaments in your game if it's otherwise. Okay, the second tip I have for you is that you need to know the Skillz demographic. Who are you making these games for? The Skillz demographic, these are a little bit of an older audience from 25 to 45. A lot of women play these games. So yeah, so you would have to know what type of games are appealing to that audience. And these are typically games like your card games, bingo games, puzzle games, and also hidden object games or word games. Typically the games you would see that demographic play. So the third tip I have for you guys is that your game should include something called optional depth. Okay, so what is optional depth? This is something in your game which makes it easy to pick up. So when you hand it over to someone with very little explanation, they're able to understand the game mechanics, the goals of the game, and they're actually able to have fun straight off the bat and enjoy the game as a beginner. And also, to add on to that, it should have another layer of depth where they can progress throughout the game, and which works similar like sports. So the more they practice, the better they will get, and the higher they will achieve in the game, i.e. get a better score. So you want to cater to the beginners as well as kind of the masters, because the ones that do go on to stick with your game and play a lot and master the game, those are the ones that spend the most money in the game. So you want to look after both kind of players. So you want to nurture the beginner players, make sure that from the beginning they're having a good time, they understand the game easily, and also look after them with layers of progression inside of your game so that they are not easily bored and move on to something else. So the fourth tip I have for you guys is that the gameplay needs to be bite-sized. Okay, so this means every match should be about 2 to 3 minutes. This allows people to be able to play when they're waiting for a bus or they're waiting for the laundry to be ready. And also it allows players to play a lot of games in a single session. Okay, so you want to have a target of, let's say, 10 games per day per player, and this will translate into more revenue. So the more games they play, bearing in mind that these games are in the beginning are pretty low stakes, so as low as the prize can be $1, so the entry fee will be 60 cents. So to see any significant revenue, you would want that player to play around 10 games a day, is the recommended number that you want to aim for. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the more games played, the more revenue, which is better for you as a developer. Okay, so the fifth and final tip I have for you guys is that this is a really important one if you want to have any success on the Skillz platform, is that your game needs to be bug free. And why is this important? Because nothing angers a player more than losing because of a bug in the game. So if a player puts on a wager of, let's say, $5, and he loses that money because of some bug that caused him to lose, yeah, that's it. That guy's going to leave a negative 1-star review, and he's never going to open your game again. And I know this from experience. So that was a big kind of headache in the beginning for me, the constant updating of the games. So if you're one of those developers who only updates your game like once a year, then maybe the platform is not for you. But yeah, so you want to make sure that the gameplay is bug-free, and this will ensure that those whales, those people who spend a lot of money in your game, they stick around and keep on spending money, which is what you want as a developer. So those are my 5 tips to create a successful Skillz game. Obviously, with each of those, you can go into a lot more depth, but for the sake of this video, I'm keeping it much shorter and giving you kind of like the general senses. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like. It means a lot to me. Also, it helps these videos, I think, with algorithm to show them to more people. That would be great. And yeah, subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'll try to do weekly videos. It's not easy, but it's a goal of mine for this year. So who knows, you'll be seeing a lot more of this face. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you on the next one. Hope you're all good, and peace out.